Wednesday afternoon, September 25th. It is a sunny 71 degrees in Richland Center at 12:10. For WRCO News, I'm Joanne Krulotz. The Richland County Board of Supervisors held a special public meeting last night to offer the public an opportunity to share their concerns. The meeting also included a presentation from Wisconsin Counties Association attorney Andy Phillips regarding the roles and responsibilities in county government. The agenda included discussion on specific county topics. First and foremost on everyone's mind was the cybersecurity incident. County Administrator Candace Pesch.
As the letters that went out said, we had an incident. It took several months to adequately investigate. We had a cybersecurity firm that are a team of specialists that handled everything from start to finish. We were advised every step of the way by a legal team and cybersecurity experts on all of the steps we were to take and when we were to take them. And so that hopefully will answer a lot of the questions, this handout here. But if we have additional questions on the cyber incident, we will answer them to the best of our ability. What I will say is there are things that we cannot discuss publicly. There are things that we would not want out in the public forum, vulnerabilities that could be created by having some of those discussions. And so some of the answers that you may see, we may not be able to provide for you. It's not that we're trying to hide or cover up anything. It is because of the fact that we are being advised by our legal team what we should and should not discuss, especially in a public forum.
A copy of the most asked questions and answers can be found on the Richland government webpage at co.richland.wi.us. Richland County resident Chris Storr offered advice to her community.
I'm going to say to you, the audience, be careful. If our information is breached, you're going to be inundated with scammers. Someone's going to try to take advantage of that situation. So I got the notification for my credit card. So instead of clicking in that email to call this number and whatnot, I called the number back in the card and talked to my credit card company directly. They gave me a different number to call. And in the meantime, I decided I would just go out to Experian, Equifax, they TransU, through credit bureaus, to each of their websites and put a fraud alert on my own. It took me all afternoon, and I'm not gonna lie, it took some time, but it's out there for a year. So I'm just asking you to be diligent. It's your money, it's your credit, it's your life. Take control. Call, email directly to the 3 credit bureaus. You have to be an advocate for yourself.
If you have any questions concerning the cybersecurity incident in Richland County, call County Administrator Candace Pesch at 608-649-3001. Another topic up for discussion last night was Pine Valley Community Village. County Board Chair Dave Turk.
We have an interim administrator in place. We have seen success in hiring staff to the point the facility is now fully staffed, which is wonderful. We have seen an almost 100% reduction in our use of temp staff, which were very costly to the county to the tune of about $750,000 in 2023. Through working through scheduling and staffing issues, we've been able to almost eliminate that. Not quite, but almost. The budget for 2025 for Pine Valley is looking very good. So there's a lot of good news out there now, and we're very happy about that.
Another topic on the agenda was the ambulance service. Michael Jessen has been serving Richland County as the Emergency Medical Services Director and Emergency Management Director since May 28th.
The first week was not a great week, as it is well known publicly and posted regularly on social media. There were 2 employees that were terminated my first week. I can't speak to that cause, but it's not something that was taken lightly. It's something that was done haphazardly, and I can assure you, standing before you, that as much benefit of the doubt and due process was given beyond what was required. In the time since, towards the end of August, I received resignation letters from a total of 4 staff That includes 3 full-time staff as well as 1 part-time staff. I can't speak to their reasons. I know that each and every one of them has their own story, and it's not my role to speak to that. What I can speak to is the incredible people we have in place with Richland County EMS now. They stepped up to the plate when we were really behind the 8 ball. When I was setting the September schedule going, how in the heck are we going to cover this thing and make sure an ambulance is available to our community 24/7? No questions asked. These folks stepped up. I'm happy to announce that for the month of September, we have a total of 16 open hours on the schedule. That's this coming Saturday, and if that's not filled, I myself am going to work it. Therefore, we've had no open coverage days in the month of September, and we have responded to every 911 call we have been dispatched to. Furthermore, when I started here, our average response time from the time that the tone goes off from dispatch saying, hey, you have a call, to the time that we got out the door, the average there was about 2.9 minutes. Though staffing was decreased for a time there in August, though we were doing everything we could with the bare bones skeleton crew, I'm happy to inform you for the month of August and the month of September, our average response time is 90 seconds. From the time we are dispatched to the time we are on the road, ready to come solve your problem.
Again, if you have questions concerning the cybersecurity incident in Richland County, call County Administrator Candace Pesch at 608-649-3001. Credit reports are important to consumers when financial assistance is needed. A good credit score indicates to a lender that you are reliable and responsible, which makes it easier to obtain a loan. A good credit score will also make it easier to qualify for a credit card, save on interest, and get better insurance discounts, to name a few. When a report has a low score, you might be able to improve it, but it will do it with caution. Michelle Reinen is with Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
If there's information on your credit report that's negative but correct, individuals could be really tempted by companies claiming that they have an easy fix. But hopefully you know not to believe that easy fixes aren't necessarily the way. You could end up being charged hundreds of dollars in illegal upfront fees, lose control of your private information, and do further harm to your credit score if you do engage with these companies. So credit repair services promoted on websites and social media often claim that they can permanently remove all negative information from your credit report and improve your credit score. They say they can create a new credit identity or hide bad credit history, but they do this using stolen Social Security numbers or convincing you to apply for an EIN or an employer identification number from the IRS under false pretenses, which could result in fines or even prison time. And so we don't want people to get messed up with all of that.
Credit repair scammers might even offer you a service that you can also receive from a reliable source.
In the best case scenarios, what we've seen is that a credit repair scammer solution is simply to provide you with letter templates that you can send to remove that information. But those are available for people for free at different credit repair services and nonprofit organizations that assist people with this. So we don't want people to get tied up with these scammers. Real credit companies can't legally remove information from your credit report that's current and correct. Again, like I said, the Federal Trade Commission is one of those organizations where you can get letter templates online for free, but they're only going to help you remove a legitimate mistake on your credit report, not real information that tends to have a negative impact on your report.
Michelle Reinen advises what to look out for.
Avoid any credit repair company that asks you for that payment up front, or one that warns you not to contact the credit bureaus directly, or advises you to dispute credit report information that you know is accurate. That's not going to be able to be removed when the information is true, just impacts you negatively.
Credit repair companies must explain your legal rights in a written contract that details the services they perform, the cost you'll pay, any results they guarantee, how long it will take to get them, and your 3-day right to cancel. Anything a credit repair company can do legally, you can often do yourself for little or no cost. If you are a victim of a credit repair scam or any scam, you can contact ADCAP's Consumer Protection Hotline by phone at 1-800-422-7128 or by email at DATCP hotline at wi.gov. The current farm bill expires Monday. Advocates say Congress should pass funding that benefits small Wisconsin farms. Chuck Andrus is with the Michael Fields Agricultural Institute.
To neglect that is basically just picking winners and losers within the agricultural economy.
Small farmers also want the next farm bill to safeguard against weather disruptions caused by climate change.
These practices infiltrate more water and hold more water in the soil and make a huge difference on the amount of water coming off of farm fields.
The farm bill also covers the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, known as SNAP. UW-Madison's ranking has slipped slightly in the annual list from U.S. News and World Report. It's now ranked the 39th best in America among public and private universities. Last year, it was 35th. Of all its programs, engineering ranked the highest. Other colleges in Wisconsin that made the list include Marquette, Edgewood College, UW-Milwaukee, Concordia, and UW-Oshkosh. If it feels like we've been talking about a lot of school threats lately, it's because we are. The State Department of Justice says more than 130 school threats have been reported in just 2 weeks. The threats have impacted 28 school districts across Wisconsin. Officials say threats tend to rise after school shootings, like the one in Georgia. The State Department of Justice runs the Speak Up, Speak Out tip line, where anyone can report a concerning comment or post. Governor Tony Evers and the Department of Natural Resources announced nearly $460,000 in grants to fight PFAS and manganese contamination in the state's smaller public water systems. Evers' office says these smaller systems have historically been ineligible for financial assistance through the department to remove PFAS and manganese. With the funding, the communities will be able to drill new wells, connect to existing public water systems, or install treatment to receive a safer water supply. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources urges Wisconsinites and state visitors to think twice before giving invasive species or harmful hitchhikers a ride in their firewood this fall. Ahead of National Firewood Awareness Month in October, help the DNR prevent the spread of invasive pests and harmful insects by making smart firewood choices. Tree-killing hitchhikers often lurk on or inside firewood. These include the spongy moth, emerald ash borer, the fungus that causes oak wilt, and many other invasive insects and fungi. Your firewood choices are important, and with good practice, you can help slow the spread of these tree-killing pests and diseases. When untreated firewood is transported away from the tree where it was harvested, those pests and fungi can later emerge to attack trees at the new location. This can happen whether that new location is in the next town or hundreds of miles away. This fall, the risk of spreading spongy moth on firewood remains high. Although infestation rates in 2024 were not as high as the record-setting summer of 2023, many areas in the state still saw high caterpillar numbers. That means increased numbers of egg masses and an elevated risk of spreading those egg masses to less infested areas through firewood. Wisconsin has laws to help prevent the movement of spongy moth, focusing on the risk posed by firewood. A state spongy moth quarantine prohibits the movement of firewood and other products that can carry spongy moth eggs to counties on and near Wisconsin's western border or other states where the pest is not established. Uncertified firewood from more than 10 miles away is prohibited from entering state parks, state forest, or other DNR properties. The DNR's Firewood Rules and Resources webpage explains firewood regulations. County, federal, and private campgrounds may have similar firewood restrictions. If moving firewood to or through tribal properties in Wisconsin, contact the tribe and follow its policy on allowable firewood. The Don't Move Firewood website urges people to buy local, burn local. That means purchasing firewood for your camping trip on site instead of bringing it from home or picking it up along the way. To find local firewood sellers and vendors of certified firewood, visit the Firewood Scout website. It's also strongly recommended that campers leave any unused firewood behind. It's not worth bringing a pest home to infest your property. The same guidelines stand for those who use wood to heat their cabin or home. Closer is better. You don't want to put the trees on your property at risk from hitchhiking insects or fungi. However, firewood that has been treatment certified by the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection is safe and legal to take anywhere in the state. Today is World Pharmacist Day, a day to celebrate the vital role that community pharmacies play in ensuring the health and well-being of our communities. Pharmacists are often the most accessible healthcare professionals, offering trusted advice, medication management, and support right where people live, work, and shop. Access to a community pharmacy is more important than ever, whether it's answering health questions, helping manage chronic conditions, administering vaccinations, or providing life-saving medications. Pharmacists are here to serve and support patients at every stage of their health journey. Recognize the dedication of pharmacists and the essential services they provide. Together, we can ensure that everyone has access to the healthcare resources they need in their communities. We wish a happy World Pharmacist Day to our local pharmacies, Boscobel Pharmacy, Center Pharmacy, Richland Family Prescription Center, Spring Green Health Mart Pharmacy, and Hometown Pharmacy in Muscadet.